Islasimeker be dikme sinohor anqua watchin leyai Ursu kilu and netachona sos netachi wun siya teik nu inwaridna ye keledaw ya neger in bet tachaw bilwalna. Selassie's Kwankwa, his language was beneficial for, as the earth was one and them things. But what they did, they called into question the triune nature of the Trinity.
See, get right back to the body.
Yeah, I'm back to here.
Yeah.
The name that he gave to teach. Mm-hmm. So Nimrod never teach, they call into question. This is what the academia does.
Right, just like they do today.
Yes.
Because they are behind all this plotting here.
Yes, and we see. Yeah, they call it into question. So he went down there and he scattered the Chaldeans' sorcery speech, which I illustrated in here. You see the lightning come down from the seventh spirit.
Yeah, those are the Canaanites.
Yeah. Yeah, they call into question the Trinity, just like you see them now. Just like you see how some dread that talk about a father, mother, and child, and all them things. The same Babylonian speech. Somewhere Rasta's supposed to fight against the confusion of Babylon.
Apostas.
Yeah.
So the fight of the Trinity is the confusion of Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Where they brought the Trinity into questioning.
Yeah. Just like now. Just like Arius.
Right,
just like the one of them. Just like me or some people that imitate Rasta talk about the Trinity and something else. Because they don't understand the nature of God.
Yeah. It's his whole person, his whole being. Them say, no, you're not who you are.
Yeah, they wanted a sign, but when he did the is to confound or to confuse their speech. Yeah, that's what he did.
And that was a miracle.
Yeah, because he confounded their speech.
Yeah.
And the way he does it is to remove certain organs of speech. That's why I see people can't make certain sounds. Certain nations do have certain letters, right? And to get back to his speech, you're gonna need his organs of speech chart. Yeah, for the mouth, the tongue, the teeth. You're gonna need that, or you'll never speak this language.
And we can attest to that
that brings to the point now.
We use the organ of the speech and we learn. So we didn't even know you can get sound from there.
Yeah. No, but that brings to the point now where we're getting our learning from the Keflik animal. In the opening part, it tells you that His Majesty released the His language.
Yes.
So release it from what? That bounding, they went back to Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
That's when it was bounded.
Yeah.
And then it begin. That's why you have many languages in the world after, because their language was bounded, so it wasn't functioning as one. It functioned as separate languages. Men couldn't understand each other.
Yes, well,
Unless you're in that clan, you understand that clan and so forth.
That's what you mean. No.
That's it, bounded.
Yeah.
So when He came now, He released it.
Yeah.
So our language, then even at the Pentecost, you see that releasing was set in process there with the Pentecost, because it shows you the nature of God is.
Yeah.
Having the power of all the languages in the world. But it was released is when His Majesty opened up, break the seals, as the Revelation 5 show you, and open all that up. Then the seven spirits went out.
Yeah.
So you
And
said
it crashes the Chaldeanism.
Are you
The
sure?
one that speaks still. It's more stronger than the weapons of military affairs.
And you said something that kind of, because even though the language was in a sense confounded and they couldn't say and they didn't understand each other,
Even though they
what came to me is like, yeah, there was one language, because they're all using the same alphabet. Speech
There
is, but certain language or certain sounds was taken away.
Yeah.
So you don't really understand each other.
That's why some
No
people
more.
have to go,
No more.
Right, they used
Yeah.
to understand each other.
Yeah, so it becomes that way.
So
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
time,
So just kidding.
that one language, at that time, let me try to clarify. At that time, when you confound the language, did they start to speak different languages?
no.
No.
They start to go,
Yeah.
God, they lost their speech.
They lost
And then
certain
through
speech.
mercy,
Yeah.
through mercy, He
Mercy,
gave them a single column.
That's
Because
when
remember
Selassie
they were
Kronko
speaking
became
one language taken from the one
hold on,
source.
Sandra, so from that 7 column,
Man is
each one of
reduced to
them get one
one.
column.
One.
That's
And
why
you can't understand the other.
That's
Yes.
why I say the English language have the 5 columns.
Yeah, which is I put down here because He released it. They get the majority of it in the world.
And the Hebrew have the 3 column, I think.
No, that's the Canaanite
The
form.
Canaanite has the
No.
3 column.
Yeah, I always remember because that's the propaganda they
The
put.
Hebrew always exists with the goodness. It
Yeah,
doesn't, it's not
always.
existing outside of it. It
Yeah.
exists always in the house of goodness.
Yeah.
You have to understand that.
But the Harab, what column do they have? How many
Who?
columns they have? The Harab. The
Arab, they have 3, the same as
No, they all have one columns. They all follow one column.
But you know
right?
what?
They don't have 3 columns. One column they all follow. All languages have one column.
That's what they're trying
Except
to
for Ge'ez.
Yeah.
Except for the Ethiopian language.
Yeah,
it has
You
the
have to
7.
complete.
Right? They all have one column, but they have varying different vowels in their columns and the way it functions, and different letters.
No,
They all don't have the full letters. They have varying letters.
Because you say,
So some letters come through this one, some letters do not that one.
yeah. So you said like what we're
Why
just
was saying that?
saying.
Because children know the English have the half whole thing.
No, what Karen, remember we were one
5
language.
column.
The
We know
people of the
so.
earth was one language.
No, but English language
And-
developed from the root of its
Yeah.
source, which comes from the Latin and come from the
Yeah,
Greek.
the
So
Latin and
it
the
goes
Greek,
back that
yeah.
way. The 70 elders went out to the Greek and gave them Yunani.
Yeah,
Right? To show you, see, that's the work that was going on there in the back there. The Lord was giving mercy to prepare them for the coming of the Lord, which is Jesus Christ. Yes, He was preparing them that way. And the Greeks, them benefit from it because they develop in philosophy and thought.
Yeah, instead of just
Right?
reasoning.
They still
reasoning,
continue
yeah.
with them paganism and them sodomy.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
Because they had that in amongst their culture.
Yeah,
But they were also, being led to a different way.
yeah. Instead of just
Right. Being shown the light of,
yeah.
of letters and alphabets, which would now, by the time of Christ coming now, they would get it more fully with the gospel
The gospel.
and the Christian faith, the
Yeah,
manner of
that's
going, the manner of the way
solidified.
they're supposed to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Because the missing parts to their words was
The point is here,
Yeah.
alphabets and the Christian faith goes together.
I took another verse here. Selassie Sinahorin Suwuch Kwankwa. Meleyaya Tachao Sasna Tachao Taweke. So he disconnected. When it is known actually. So they know this, that the essence of the Trinity was manifested. Like how you said the Trinity manifested in the Jordan. They saw all of this. And he came down and breaking up and disconnecting, scattering the language of the men of Sinor. So that's the sorcerer's language, what them call secret code. And where the I would them say that them have in a Fidem form, them claim say it have magical letters.
Yeah.
Right, so that identifies them there.
Yeah, but I never seen no source of magic, and when I read through Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, every Saturday you have the Bible buckle. And they lost. Shame-faced in the crowd of public school.
Yeah.
But look at that sentence.
Couldn't respond.
To the point of getting violent. That's how much them lost. Christ defeat them like that. Jesus defeat them. Till they make them angry and want to stone him.
So
just like how you see today, when you meet those ones out there, we meet them still. And when you show them the truth and them get angry and come at you.
Yeah, especially the black one.
Yeah, them one day.
So when you look at that sentence there, Trinity was manifested, breaking up and disconnected. Disconnected it don't mean that it not connected.
It's like
something disconnected.
Yeah, all of this he did it from the throat.
Because that's where you get speech from.
Yeah, and even maybe from the brain too.
Yeah, that's
hidden.
Yeah.
Right, because man fell from a perfect speech to a single column.
And he became destroyed.
Enough people might be angry still,
the disconnection is God.
Yeah, but enough people might be angry. But thank God for the English ABCD. That's why His Majesty made it Ethiopia's second language, because from the Ge'ez it goes back. From the Ge'ez, Abegede,
some truth.
So the world can develop industry. Mathematics, but we're just reading the book. Can't build nothing without mathematics.
No.
Can't build nothing without words to give you the inspiration and the idea. But how are you going to measure things if it wasn't for the guys? Nimrod had that knowledge and he went and wasted it.
To fight against God.
Yeah, and to work science and maybe even had flying stuff.
Well, you see, it said them their affiliation.
Well, it did say nothing was withheld from them.
Yeah, nothing.
That means that all knowledge was open to them.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, just like how we see them love to exalt themselves with their knowledge of technology over you now.
Yeah.
Me hear them. While them deny the Trinity. I noticed that. All these mighty scientists, them when them talking, and especially in the ones of the person of humanities, and them want to change human nature. Them always push them sense, and them always denying the Trinity, denying the Creator, who is the Trinity. So the writing is, the history is right, and the writings are correct. And they are in error.
Yeah. So the word for disconnecting or confounding, sile debela lekena, yeah, in sun bealem zuriya. After that, he scattered them around the world. The people's language is Kwankwa, which is these, from Sinar, Egypt, Sina, China, Japan or Korea. The Canaanite and the Jews and Sumerians use this, the Arabic, and this is the Greek. Thank God for the English language. You have all people that fight against English and they don't have 5 vowels because they are still restricted in speech and mobile thinking, forward thinking.
That's how we get to speak.
Yeah. Thank God is His Majesty, as the Virgin was saying, is Him released his language. He released the restriction that He placed here. He's the one that did it. Yeah. The Trinity went down there.
Stop it.
And he came back and, see, this is the new tower. Here he is at the new tower.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
but
first-
what was that
Confusion.
actual tower? Yeah.
And it might actually come into the one Nimrod them built,
Yeah.
which is the League of Nations.
Yes,
Yeah.
under
And they
the
gathered there, and the
Yeah.
Trinity himself went down there again
Yeah.
and confounded them down there with,
Yeah.
with a speech.
Yeah.
Right? The same speech and confounding which etched in the minds of men that them can't forget
Yes.
it, even to this day.
And this first judgment, right?
Right,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the old tower.
Yeah.
This is the one that
You can see it.
And that's the one for
the
one of
anti-Semite, when name Wilson. Them say my anti-Semite, the Jew them. But
And
they built this.
and the other one was for the hope of humanity,
Yeah,
which
this
them
one.
which them destroy now.
Yeah. Because of his stand here
Yeah.
to stop world war and annihilation of mankind.
So you see now you can bring to the
See
point now
here.
where the world is at now, because they destroyed that one now that he helped them build.
Yeah,
Right,
this one here.
right.
Yeah.
And he left them with a word still that, they're for careful lest they meet with the
Yeah.
same fate
Yeah.
as that one.
Yes.
Yes,
And
what
he,
you saw
he made a
in the-
speech like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you be careful lest you meet with the same fate. So
And yeah, you can see it's where the Tower of Babylon is. You see a building. Don't you see? You see a building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
a
there was
tower in a
Towers,
city.
yeah.
right, it's
A
well.
tower in a city.
Yeah.
They had a city. They built a city. Remember? Yeah. As you point out, still nothing was withheld from them because they had the Ge'ez language.
Yeah.
And from this day on, the Ge'ez was allowed amongst the Israelites, right into the Christian faith, right into the Christian faith until around the 13th century, where that's when enough problem going on the continent and Islam came in, even from the 7th century, with violence to break down the people.
So the disconnect actually is they had nothing more to do with the Lord.
Yeah.
He had put away his
So what is the affiliation of men?
yeah.
It's to be
and
against God.
yeah, and come to this one.
Yeah, and they have their bodies and their
Yeah.
institution and
Yeah.
bringing Big Bang and
Yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Trying to convince, well, I'm not, maybe it's a tourist attraction, but the first Ethiopian is Adam, not no Lucy creature. Adam is the first Ethiopian. You know that in the history and you can tell by the language.
Yeah, that's just a trickery there.
Yeah.
Them use a trickery thing with Lucy. Because see you read it in the Bible, it's Adam. You never read about no friggin' Lucy. You read about Adam.
Yes.
Right? Adam and Eve. You never read about no Lucy. So Lucy is, where them get that from?
Maybe a short
An alien something. That's an alien thing.
Luciferian.
That's not Ethiopian, that's alien.
Yeah,
Ethiopian has Adam and Eve. That's the beginning of the Ethiopian. Our history began with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Right there in Ethiopia.
Yeah. Well, one of the
Yeah, you mustn't, people must not entertain foolishness and around these things still. Because the time is getting very swift now. We don't entertain foolishness around the name of the Holy Trinity, Haile Selassie. I'm not gonna be spreading out anything still, but I'm just telling you that we're not entertaining any foolishness from anyone.
Exactly.
Right?
going to be
Especially
direct
fake
and
Rastas.
tell you.
Okay, the second Psalms now. Yeah, Mesmeri Dawid. This is the last that we can go on with the discussion. Mesmeri Dawid, the second Psalm of David. The title is the Exavier Yitemerte Nikos. So it's the God's elect or chosen king. The chosen God, king of God. Yeah. Yeah.
Son.
Exavier Nikos. Hazab min tat silemin lemametsi yisebesebalu. First question. His butchis bekentu lemin yaseralu. And in the second verse, Ixabierna mesihun lemekawem yalem negesadat tenisasu shumochachewum keiner sugar tebabaro. So, yeah. Go on, you that, sir?
So that's the affiliation them had in the Tower of Babel.
Yes, upon the first.
That same one,
tower.
with the kings, the nations, and the people them.
Yeah.
That same one they read in Psalm 2.
David.
They had it back then and they had it now for the emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that Psalm 2 is of now, not of Tower of Babel.
And they
'Cause
took the
they wrote
council
that-
here.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
This
They took-
one here.
Exactly, so it's correct.
Yeah.
And like I say, he gave the United Nations in mercy and hope. for man's future. So man better be careful.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying still.
And it's
But you see, this word we was talking about the other day, Hametsi, in its proactive form, Lemametsi. That word means to rebel against government authority. Yeah, to cause an uproar, a rage, a revolt, like we saw in 1974.
Rebellions.
Yeah, rebellion.
Revolution.
But this one is a rebellion in the highest.
Yeah, because the people are with
satanic.
it.
Yeah.
The people are with it. It tells you here.
And it's satanic.
Yeah, his butches. That's a question. Why do the people think with vain imaginations? But it shows that the Hazab is the pagan rulers. Why do the pagan rulers, that's the Amari
They are the
tradition,
raging one.
yeah, they cause the rage. They conceive those affiliated men. Yeah, and Yaseralu is to conspire, to take counsel. Yeah, conspiracy against Xavier Messiah. They are opposing, they are opposing God and his messiahship.
We see it, we read
Right,
it.
which is his Christus.
Yeah, we like this, and he look like this after he's anointed. You can, we played it, we ever run through the coronation again?
Against,
Yeah, and describe his garments, and 7 times with ancient prescription of oil, the messianic anointment. Kibat, that's what he received. Shumochachi, whom they are opposing his appointment to this office.
Right, that's 1930.
He was appointed to office.
But didn't they accept
No,
by
they-
their doing what they were doing by
They have never accepted.
No, that's not
They
accepting.
don't
They're just
accept.
following
They're not
along.
following
Yeah,
along.
they still have not accepted or acknowledged that.
To me, that was the power of the Trinity, the power of the Trinity of His Word. You know, to bring them,
Yes.
they have to come
Yes.
and pay obeisance. They have to come. It wasn't there. That's where that might come in. He has a might in him that can bring the kings down from them high places and bring them down low. That's what you see 1930. When they come, whether they want to or not, them had to come or send them messenger. The first African king that demand that brings that state. No other African kings did that.
No.
They all get subdued, right? And with fingerprints sell out there, have to give it up. Only one African king did, where they had all the kings of the earth had to come and surrender, and that's Haile Selassie, 1930, right there in the horn of Africa,
Yeah.
and that's a fact. So make them rub against that.
And the fact that they have never, anytime you hear them talk about His Majesty, they never call him Lion of Judah. They never call him Light of the World. Only you only hear that in a reggae music. They never say he's the King of Kings. They have never acknowledged that, because they know that most people don't know what Haile Selassie means. Most people in the world don't know. A name that was from before the beginning of the creation, according to Ethiopia's own history and the witness of Amharic and Ge'ez.
Because they were supposed to learn it, and then someone interrupted the learning from going out.
The name that Christus gave,
Yeah.
that same name. They don't explain
That
it to the people.
baptism that he
Yeah.
them want to say is just the other day when he was Ras, that he was baptized. But he had that name before.
No, but-
It was done in
From
the
the
river
beginning.
from the beginning.
And all the church people, them always frightened about them sins and all them something, right? They're always afraid of their sins and so forth. But it's in that baptism that your sins are forgiven.
Yeah.
Upon the cross, He saved your life.
Yeah.
But in baptism is where your sins are pardoned. It's in the Tinket is pardoned when you see the Trinity unfolding.
Yeah.
So you have to take note of that.
Yeah.
It's the Trinity pardons your sin. And your acceptance of Jesus as that person.
Because they
That's
saw
how your
the
sins are pardoned.
miraculous thing what happened, the dove, the voice, him emerge out of the water.
Yeah. That's
They
why now in the prayers,
saw that.
there's a verse in the prayers that tells us, he that deny this nature and name of Selassie, the wrath of the Trinity is going to come down
Yeah.
upon you.
Yeah.
And they take that warning.
Yeah.
That's warning from Him, not me.
So when you take that affirmative, I 3 times Selassie in front of me. Serious thing.
Yeah, that's Jesus in the Jordan.
Yeah.
Every time you do that, you're supposed to see Jesus in the Jordan.
Yes.
When you look in the feast of Selassie, that's what you see.
That
Jesus
is
in the
him.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, bewell the Memphis Kudus, same thing.
But A.J. Rogers, the historian where the emperor confirm him right him and him do the 100 black men of influence.
When him reacted,
And he went to the coronation and him write the book. Right? Him say him believe he have seen Jesus. Just by being at the coronation and where him see and guess where him read, because you know those men have time.
really just guess where him reading is what
what
him
him
read. You
read,
see
yeah.
the evidence in the National Geographic.
So it
That's
happened.
there's nothing to doubt here. It's
Yeah.
just what went on.
Yeah.
It's for you to clear your conscience.
Yeah.
It wasn't something make up the error. No wonder the Lord made them to do it. Made them to record it that way.
Yeah.
Our recordings is in the Bible. We follow that. We never write none. We follow that. Follow what our forefathers wrote for us.
Yeah.
Because many people did follow Jesus, you know, many people. Them sure you see everywhere him go there was a following, like, you know, a lot. So, to say...
Yeah, because there's a lot of conspiracy about that around the Bible,
Yeah.
and it's very inflaming. And the pastors and the church leaders, they are the ones that flaming it up, because with their silence and their behind those dealings, right? Just to keep them, because they're rich in the world and them way, so them have power. Them use the power get to their head, so it's easy to become fallen still. Like we did a video before how fallen angels are made. It's not hard. There's a way you can become a fallen angel, and they are there still, just doing the work of rebellion. It's them causing the rebellion there, go amongst the kings of the earth and cause the rebellion, right? Everything is plain and in the open. It's nothing in secret no more. It's for people to realize and come and have a clear conscience with what you read in the Bible. Because if you're not reading it in the Bible now, you'll be confused out in the world. You don't know where you are. Your identity is lost and you don't know. That's the Bible that holds the identity. Just like how when it's the Bible that show you is a human family there that became scattered because of some belligerent ones amongst us. Right? And the Lord had to come down and settle the matter because they want to oppose his high authority.
And his nature and divinity.
God is not just revealed yesterday. God is revealed from the beginning of the creation. He is revealed. Satan rebelled against that. Right, and caused the lies and caused those other things to come out. But he was revealed from the beginning. The angels knew who he was and man knew who he was. Adam knew who he was in full power.
That's why them raging against the Bible now. You should
Right.
see their faces.
Because it bears the evidence of that fact.
But one more thing I just want to remind the opponents to the power of the Trinity. Ethiopia is Africa's oldest nation. I hear a lot of black people, even when them talking, and Ethiopia was never conquered. But they never tell you why. Why was Ethiopia never conquered? Isn't it because of the power of the cross? You mean Yatsin and Meskel now? Yeah? Isn't it because of our ancient Israelite tradition? Here's the altar from the book of Numbers. You can read up, study Bible, will tell you exactly. Here's 2 of the rings, that's how it's described. Yeah, the brass altar, what you read about. Yeah, this is Ethiopia's history. The one that everybody opposed, where they refuse to acknowledge. And call it, whatever I call it, revolution or African revolution. But Ethiopia is Africa's oldest nation. It's the oldest nation in the world. It has the original order of creation. A lot of I want to bring in the color thing here a little because I see some disturbing thing here, right? Because people are saying, well, Ethiopians are not real Africans because them look mixed out and all them things, and that's not true. They're the only people that has a genealogy or a family connection from Adam all the way down. We see it in the Bible, and we see it in Haile Selassie's history. The genealogy of Haile Selassie from Adam to Yeshimabet. And Yeshimabet family, them is Mariam's family. Imabete Mariam. That's the family, the biblical family. Right? So I just wanna make you know what to fight, and I'm not gonna do no translation, but on this golden cross, and remember, gold does not rust. Gold does not decay. Gold is is deity. And this is a golden Ethiopian cross. Haile Selassie's meskel, as we say. And here it is. Ethiopia. Tabet Seida we are habe exhibier. Jesus Christus. Zete sekele. Debi zintu meskel. Negosewe, negose, be abetu sirawito, lemefiker, zein ke negus Haile Selassie. Yeah, Haile Selassie, Jesus Christus, Ethiopia, Tabetse. Learn Ethiopia history. It is Africa's oldest nation. It's not going anywhere. She have her, because of the situation and them things. It's not going anywhere. The big talk about Africa rising and them things, that she will always be there.
And I guess we have to get used to the name of Haile Selassie.
Well, they need to learn some of these prayers. This is, development.
That name is here to stay.
Yeah, and
all over creation.
Yeah.
So
I have to show a little disdain for these black groups that come, talk about Bible and this and that. The Bible is an Ethiopian book written in Ge'ez. Yeah, and that's where all the rest come from. Yeah, Hebrew and Ge'ez is the same thing. One is from the creation, one is from Shem to Ebor and the children of Israel. This is our writing system. We do not write with dots and commas. We are developed. The language doesn't need outside assistance. It doesn't need auxiliaries because it's infinite and it's self-contained.
And self-sustaining.
Yeah, self-sustaining, which is the name of Jesus. Yesu. Yeah, the self-sustaining one.
So it's
the power of the Trinity because he's sustained by the eternal Father. Understand the nature of the Trinity and stop chat. You don't know, because Rome is putting things in their mouth. And those who want to have Haile Selassie's title like Lion of Judah and King of Israel, no. And you can't have his name Ras Teferi either because it's a Christian name and a Hebrew name from the Hebrew king. Yeah, these are the things that black people need to learn as we go in towards more into the cauldron of the confusion, because they're not going to lose. And it's going to be embarrassing. Yeah, it's going to be embarrassing. We have an embarrassing moment. Ethiopia is Africa's oldest nation, but have they acknowledged that? Not even certain Ethiopians don't even acknowledge that. Here we have the Meskel Day. There's no other Christian nation or nation that has this kind of order from the Bible. Things of the Bible. The family of the Bible. Oh, you can see the Levitical priests in their order. Look at this.
Yeah.
Where are you going to find that? A joke them a joke, brethren. Black people are in denial of Christian Ethiopia. Yeah, Christian Ethiopia is Africa's oldest nation, the one that was never conquered because of our Christian faith, our Israelite heritage, and our heavenly connection.
Right, all the Obeah man them was conquered.
Yeah, all of them.
They bring down all the powers of the Obeah man them. So when you hear man talk about Obeah is misunderstood, it's defeated.
Yeah,
It has no strength for us. It can't lift us up because it has been defeated. The same, you out here in a captivity and claiming Obeah is misunderstood. You're leading the people down a path of destruction. Because His Majesty says knowledge which helps to save you from destroying yourself and can help you get into the kingdom of the Lord. His Majesty said that. And the fact that those pagan nations that existed in Africa,
Yeah.
right, which are broken down now because of colonialism,
Yeah.
right, colonialism broke it down, right, proved that the Obeah is weak,
Yes.
your magic is weak. But because of the magic of Selassie in the cross in Ethiopia, they couldn't overcome that. And that's a fact. So whether you like it or not, whether you're feeling like your heart wants to bubble, it's the fact.
Yeah.
And you still have to face that. And you're not going to get away from it. Because Selassie is the power of that. And your Obeah has no strength.
Yeah. With the Hasmat Selassie.
Yeah, we don't frighten no
never
Obeah.
beat that. Yeah. They're given time now. Them can always talk about, in the graveyard mentality. But remember, I was there in 74, right in the world when the world said they overthrow His Majesty. They never show your body. They never say, see me, I will feed him dogs steer. They never show none of that. They only announce they use the power of propaganda because, propaganda is involved to a meticulous refinement since Goebbels and Hitler. They refine it, especially now they have the new techniques, can manipulate things and all them. Some they refine it. And
His Majesty said that. He said, we are faced with, with a great. It's a great, organized propaganda. That's what the young people are facing today.
Yes,
great organized propaganda spread by those men in power. That's what we're facing. Try to make you doubt what is truth. That's why they throw all these things out there. Belief is a lie. Them plant them seeds so get into your head and erode. Kind of plant there. You have to know how to fight these people. It's not always revolution. Knowledge is the key.
Yes.
If you don't have knowledge, they will always defeat you, and your revolution won't bring them down because they have stronger weapons than you. You can't defeat Satan. He's a tricky guy. He may make you feel like you have a chance, but you don't. It's only the power of the cross can defeat him. And that's Selassie.
Yeah.
The knowledge in Selassie. If you don't have that, you don't have no covering. And you will not have no strength against him. That's why I see the dread them are weak. I look at them across the board. So many are trying to play like they are the leaders of this and play like they are the defenders of the people and like they are the revolutionists and they're gonna save the people, but they're full of crap. They all led the people down into ignorance and then cannot bring them out of the darkness that they are in. And what they are promising them is not gonna come to fruition. The only hope of the people is Selassie. Bob Marley showed them that as a real Ras Teferian. He's one of the main ones I really respect still other than the rest of them because many of them went back. As great as singers as they are, they went back. But Bob Marley is the only one that maintained. Whatever him do is maintain that Haile Selassie is Jesus the Christ and the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And that this reggae music here come to spread this gospel. That's what he said. And he's a real Rastafarian.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you say that the propaganda too, because at the end there's stuff going around stating that Bob Marley at the end
he ended up denying Selassie as Jesus Christ when he got baptized. But that's the thing, they're
That's
not,
propaganda.
and the thing about it, they're not understanding again that Ethiopia is a Christian Orthodox.
You cannot enter the Orthodox faith and deny Selassie and deny
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
We just read it there in the
Exactly.
Zebutot. That's the praise of the
Right.
Orthodox faith.
Yeah.
Begita ye be
There's
Jesus
propaganda
Christus.
again, trying
Okay,
to-
Begita ye be Jesus Christus. Whose name is that? Not Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
Best Selassie. Whose name is that? Not Selassie. Is a different Selassie
He
that?
gave after his
In
resurrection.
the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy
Holy
Spirit.
Spirit.
Who is that?
Selassie.
They don't go with it.
Bob Marley is called Burhana
Right.
Selassie because he
Burhana
spread the,
Selassie.
he
Yeah.
spread the message of his
Exactly.
majesty. Remember the music Black Man Redemption?
Yeah.
Coming from the root of King David
Yeah.
through the line of Solomon. Not through Egypt,
No.
not through blackness. Solomon was black and beautiful. How much of them can say that? And all them want to come put all them, like them want to put Africans against His Majesty's thing. All them big black Africans, which one of them ever stand up in the US and say, we African will fight? Show me.
Yeah, none of
Show
them.
me.
You might have one.
He's the only one that said that without fear.
Yeah,
Because Teferi means courage of a lion.
Yeah, and he proved that.
Yeah.
Show that as a young lion seamer because
Yeah.
he show you how him dismantled the those Islamic forces.
Right.
The Teferi did that.
Yeah.
Ras Teferi, the child did that. Dismantled Islamic forces coming against Ethiopia.
Yeah, none of them can say we African will, and he said that on an American, a big American TV station. Sure. Yeah, none of them can say so. No matter with them size or if they want to put, since I'm playing the color card, he was not colonized. Ethiopia was not colonized. Is the color make the difference?
Yeah,
Is that what they wanted to reach to? Is the color make the difference? Because they are brown and the black is weak. The brown is stronger. They better mind with them so they can come out for the color thing.
And they have this mentality from a long time ago. Because remember, even in Jamaica,
Yeah.
the brown people them was more in better position than the dark.
But it
But they were
wasn't
being
their
used,
fault.
sister.
It's not their fault. They
But
from
you see,
to
that's why
open.
it's implanted in
Yeah, but stop talking. You know what? They implant it, then we not go through it. Huh?
Nobody's saying about the color, that's why I'm
Yeah,
No, because
no,
people
I
want to bring
know.
color up there. Right now there's a war against the Bible
Yeah.
and His Majesty and Ethiopia.
And the
and
people.
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and they're saying, all of this and not African enough or not black enough or
Yeah.
so show me if it's gonna come up to intelligence, show me the black man alphabets. Show me, is Ethiopia alone have that in Africa? And the name Africa is an Ethiopian name, and they should actually go read an Ethiopian dictionary to know its definition.
But they never say history never show you say that
Foolishness.
they won't say that to enter into Africa. His Majesty is the key for there.
Yeah.
Is the key to enter Africa. Why is he the key to enter Africa? Why is he the gateway into Africa? His Europeans say that. He is the gateway into Africa. You can't do nothing down there without him. That's when he was set there as the father of Africa. Right? The Africa Abba. He's the father of Africa.
But you see how them even run over the rest of Africans and others overrun them. But when it reach to the mountain top, them have to bring.
Because that's where it is safeguarded. I've read it in Ethiopian history many times. It's protected up there.
Yeah.
That's where the law that keeps Africa together.
And it's not.
Ethiopia is the capital of
Yeah,
Africa.
and them trying to say why was Ethiopia safe from colonization?
Because she is where the source is.
Exactly.
Where when you destroy all your languages down there, she keeps it.
But
She kept all the original writings.
Yeah, because many. Yeah.
Right, everything is kept there.
Because Menelik.
So why is the why? Why is the why?
Yeah, Menelik
I
first
always-
showed you that too. That is the language stop them.
But I always see Ethiopia as the mother of Africa.
It
She
is. That's the proper
And people always say
definition.
Mother Africa, but it's not. That is Mother Ethiopia. She is the mother of Africa. She was the first thing we see in the Bible at the beginning.
Yeah.
She has always
Africa is just the name of the continent.
Yeah.
It's not an entity
It's a
of it's not an entity of a spiritual origin.
Yeah.
Ethiopia is the spiritual part.
Yeah.
Right? Africa is just the name of the continent. It has a name.
Yeah.
Just like how Europe has a name.
Of course.
Right, but the spiritual part of Africa, where the workings and all the things are kept, is in Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
That's the spiritual part, the heavenly and the earth, where the heaven and earth meet.
Yeah.
Right? That's spiritual. That's not physical, that's spiritual.
And he did say he would put his things there so you would have didn't know.
But all the pointings, all the directions of the Bible goes to Ethiopia.
Yeah.
It is a clear conscience thing here. It's not trying to show you that Ethiopia is just existing in the Bible. It's to show you that you need to have a clear conscience.
Yeah, and education.
That's what I'm getting at here. I'm not going around the rhetorics of things. Come to the clear conscience.
And stop lying.
Right? It's there in Genesis, it's there in Psalms, it's there in Revelations. We're not going around the table. Clear your conscience and do it now.
Because you end up being like the lion, the first lion.
And you'll get what the lion had, what the lion will get, right? That's my point.
Exactly. So
You will get right that what the lion.
and it's so ironic that it's during the emperor's time that he has been the releaser of the books of knowledge. That is him give Ethiopia them first prayer book printed, not amulets or the sign of the cross, but legitimate orations and
So that attests to the child's nature, as we explain in with the birth.
Yeah.
The nature of the child having the sevenfold spirit of God. The spirit of the spirit of God dwells upon him. That means the child is God.
yeah.
Right? God in every sense. The
Yeah.
full power of the Trinity rests in the child.
They themselves even
Right?
say it. It's in their history.
Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and the fear of God.
Yeah, the
That's
boy
what you
is
see
the
more,
fear.
because the fear, why it emphasizes the fear, because that's the gateway for the wisdom.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to enter.
Yeah, the beginning of the
You have to
Lord.
fear God first before you start to figure so you're going to learn anything here.
Yeah.
First is the fear of God. So when you're talking about God don't exist, or God is a man and a woman and something, so right away you are going down the path of destruction.
Yeah.
Because you missed the first, you're not in the gate yet. To fear God.
Yeah.
To fear God, you have to see Teferi.
Yeah. And
Because he is the face of God.
that can condemn you.
Yeah, but he's the face of God, the revealed person of Christ.
Yeah.
It's Teferi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it says up there. The Getsis.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, that's him.
It's the same man Adam saw come to counsel him and talk.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change.
The same face where Abraham saw in Melchizedek is the same person. It doesn't change.
It's
It
recognizable.
goes through to fulfill the word, fulfill the scripture, fulfill the word of God.
Yeah.
At the first advent, he was to be born from the virgin. A message is a message he gave to the prophet Isaiah to give to a specific house. It's not, when I say a child is born unto us, a child is born, it's not unto the world I'm talking about here. It's unto his people.
Yeah.
He went to the house of to the house of Judah, to Ahaz's house, right, and prophesied there. That's where Mariam come from,
Yeah, yeah. And then we see them.
right? And then it also went to when it comes to Isaiah 11, he's going towards our time when the child is born there. That's not the virgin birth there. It's clear to see that.
Yeah.
Because he says he's coming from the descendants of the royal house of David. It tells you that there. He's a seed of Jesse.
Yeah.
That's not Mariam there.
No.
No.
Mariam part is that the virgin will bring forth, and his name is called Emmanuel.
Mother.
That's first advent. You have to get it clear. Second advent, Isaiah 11 is second advent. The child of Teferi in Ethiopia.
And you can see where the
Because you didn't see the fear of God come out in Jesus' name like that. You saw the Lamb of God, you saw the host, you saw the one like a troop. You saw God in every full sense, but not in the sense of Isaiah 11. That's for the future, for his future rising.
And that's why I think if we can see the position of the Virgin Mary, his mother, because she now come to be is because of him. That, to show genealogy, connection to the Lord.
Yeah, Emmanuel, God is with us. He comes in the flesh, so he must have a genealogy.
She's very important.
Of course she
Two
is.
other stars.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
the
what I wanted
union
to actually.
who was reading.
Yeah, the best with the best of me. That's that's where the magic came forth
That's
here.
where the magic
The magic, so the magic is the child of Mariam.
Yeah.
Jesus, the magic of Selassie is Jesus.
the disrespect the Virgin Mary, and that too.
Well, they've denied the power of God because through them I say you have to jiggy if you have baby.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily so.
No.
It all depends of if the fertility happen. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Right? People try for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one, why the Virgin Mary? Because if we remember one time we talked about Jacob's daughter. Right? In the prior book it tells us that Mariam was a virgin of the mind and of the flesh.
Yeah.
Now Jacob's daughter with